Resident Alien Season 4, Episode 7, Daddy Issues, opens with a sequence that's strange even for the quirky sci-fi dramedy, and it pairs off two characters who don't really make sense together. The figures in question have been part of the Resident Alien cast since the beginning, but they never cross paths in any significant way. Shows like Resident Alien are often very character-driven. So, the show stars are often combined in various ways to form duos that are suited to certain storylines. Resident Alien has always done this very well, but some duos remain unexplored. The weird pairing in Daddy Issues doesn't involve any of Resident Alien's best characters, but it's still a head-scratcher. The meaning behind Darcy's weird cold open in Daddy Issues explained. Resident Alien chooses an interesting way to depict Darcy's loneliness. The opening scene in Daddy Issues is never properly explained in the episode, but it's pretty clear that the choreographed dance sequence is all happening in the mind of Alice Wetterlund's Darcy Bloom. Whether it's a dream or some sort of conscious rumination is unclear, but they're the two main possibilities. Either way, the scene is an artful depiction of Darcy's state of mind. Specifically, it's a visual representation of how alone she feels. The point being made is that Darcy feels everyone in Patience has someone, whereas she feels isolated from anyone who truly understands her. The scene is perhaps a little unfair to Asta, Sarah Tomko, who is Darcy's best friend and is always there for her at the drop of a hat. However, Darcy has been pointing out more and more that Asta often just tells her what she wants to hear rather than offering honest advice, which isn't what Wetterlund's character always needs. Judy and Jay being paired off in Darcy's dream sequence makes no sense. These two Resident Alien characters lack a proper connection. Judy and Jay dancing in Resident Alien. The dancing couples in Darcy's mind are primarily composed of romantic pairings. Some of the characters are unnamed, so it's difficult to tell if they share that connection or not. Asta and Harry, Alan Tudyk, are arguably excluded from this pattern, but they at least have a very close platonic friendship. The dancing partnership that caught my eye was Judy, Jenna Lamia, and Jay, Kayleigh Lorraine. The two characters share almost no connection beyond both living in Patience. So, it's strange that Darcy would pair them off in her dream sequence. That said, as prominent members of the show's cast, they kind of needed to be in the scene for it to be as impactful as possible. This is especially true after the inclusion of unnamed extras already taking some of the vacant spots. The core cast of Resident Alien is pretty small, and the scene needed as many bodies as possible for it to be worthwhile. It was an interesting way to open Daddy Issues, so I suppose the odd pairing of Judy and Jay was worth it. Judy's presence actually hurts the point that Daddy Issues is trying to make about Darcy. Judy's feelings of isolation were brought up in Resident Alien Season 3, and then ignored. Harry lending Darcy a much-needed ear in Resident Alien Season 4, Episode 6, Soul Survivors, resurrected the storyline of her ailing mental health. The dream sequence at the start of Daddy Issues does a good job of highlighting her loneliness, but Judy being there kind of distracts from the issue. Judy also had a loneliness arc in Resident Alien Season 3, when it was revealed that her comically intense approach to her brief dalliance with Mike, Corey Reynolds, was actually a symptom of being alone for so long. The show has never really revisited this hidden side of Jenna Lamia's character. Therefore, by having Judy in Darcy's dream sequence, it implies that Wetterlund's character sees Lamia's as someone who isn't lonely anymore, when there's no reason to believe she still isn't. Jay, at least, was dating someone in Resident Alien Season 3, although that was an incredibly brief storyline.